Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So right now we're going to be doing a ClairTarot reading for Starseeds. And if you find yourself here, you're probably a starseed. Just saying. I'm just saying. So hi, Jessica, Tamster, Deb, Melissa, Evelyn, Nicole. I could totally make this a song. You know that, right? I'm not going to. Yes, a starseed is a galactic lineage. No, it's not just a lineage. It's the souls who have been hybridized. They have that celestial galactic origin. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we're going to get you guys some clarity. I asked the collective energy of the starseeds. I was like, what is this reading going to be about? Because first off, I need a title. And second off, I kind of want to know. I want to be prepared. And what I got is kind of concerning, because I'm told the unknown is rising. Is that good or bad? I don't know, dude. So card number 40, Sacred Fool. Now, starseeds, I know you've been feeling like a sacred fool. You've been feeling like a hanged man, just kind of floating in the air, powerless, have no control over your journey. Everything seems like a cluster fluff, left and right. What the hell is going on? What is all this confusion and darkness? It's part of your growth, okay? You're being asked to choose. Are you ready to remember? Are you ready to reclaim your birthright? Are you ready to activate and really make good on the promises you made as a soul? Are you ready? Some of us are. Some of us aren't. It's okay. This is not a race. This is not about guilting you or making you feel as though you're not doing enough, that you haven't done enough, that you failed. This is about asking you to take a moment right now and make a conscious decision right now. You don't have to tell anyone else. You don't have to tell me. There's nothing to prove. It's just time for a choice to be made for every single individual, okay? You don't have to play a sacred fool, okay? You don't have to. So one thing I'm being told to explain, this is your soul. This is your human. You're just playing yourself, okay? This is you, and this is you. The only one that's actually controlling this is you, okay? No one else has that kind of power and authority, starseeds. Not over you, not over anyone else. The only way someone has that kind of power or authority over another individual is if the other individual gives passive permission. I highly doubt you're giving passive permission. But unless you're aware, unless your attention is being brought to what's going on, then you're kind of left hanging, aren't you? You don't really know what's going on. It's time for you to know, okay? Now, speaking of time to know, speaking of the unknown rising, card number 11, Diving for Light. We have buried our divinity under layers and layers and layers of preconceived notions, perceptions that aren't even ours. We have to dive down deep into our core, retrieve the original template of programming, the one that tells us we are free to choose to activate the abilities that we need to accomplish the missions we came into this life to accomplish. You have to dive for that light. Light. It can exist anywhere. It doesn't have to just come from above. It can also be below. And light can also be surrounded by darkness. And that's not unhealthy. That's not always an attack. That's not always something that you have to be afraid of. Oftentimes, if you exist in nothing but light, you become light blind and you fail to remember the truth of the gravity of who and what you are. And if people say that kind of statement is ego, I say you're the one with the ego problem. Because my acknowledgement of my greatness does not diminish yours at all. And you guys, this is really, really important for you to really take in. Acknowledging your greatness does not diminish or take from someone else's. And if they have a problem with you finally releasing the programming that's kept you enslaved and limited in this life, fuck them. Plain and simple. Their issue, not yours. You remember your greatness. That has nothing to do with crushing anyone else's, dimming anyone else's shine. So if you're not doing it to someone else, for damn sure, don't let them do it to you. That's my general rule in life. I'm not disrespecting you. For damn sure, I'm not going to allow you to disrespect me. Am I challenging you? No. I'm creating a boundary, and if you cross that boundary, I will snap your fucking... Calm down, girl. I'm sorry. My inner gangster came out. Blu-ray, calm down. That's some Blu-ray stuff. So card number 3, moving right along. Card number 3, inspiration. Allow yourself to be inspired by your ascension. Ascension is not a linear line. It is not just from point A to point B, draw a ruler in between, and that's how you do it. No. Ascension is more like the golden ratio. It's like a Fibonacci sequence. It's like the graceful curving in as you rise, curving into yourself, diving deep into your depths as you rise. That makes no sense. Depth, rise, what the heck? Because you are a duality, returning to your totality. Starseeds, let that sink in. You are a duality, returning to your totality. That's a place of power. Power over your own journey. No more being guilted, shamed, or pressured to conform. You weren't made for conforming. You weren't. So let's get you some more cards. Starseeds, I'm graduating you to the kitty cards. These are potent cards. They're small. They're cute. But they pack a punch of truth. So let's go ahead and serve that up. Let's see. And if you hadn't watched my other videos and you're like, what the hell is a kitty card? I'll show you. Give me 1 second. Let me finish shuffling. All right. Almost done. Oh, that was a good save. You're my most favorite deck ever. See what I'm saying? Okay. King of Spades. This is about self-sufficiency. It's about putting in the work. It's about knowing sometimes you got to cut down trees so you can use them for your fuel. Sometimes you got to cut down the people who are standing in front of you trying to block your way back to yourself and use their hatred for you, their misunderstanding, their judgments of you as fuel for your rise. No one holds you down but you. No one. And my personal logic is if you want to spend the time and energy trying to attack me, you want to focus all that at me and be like, give it to me. I'm going to rise. I'm going to rise. Yeah, I do that shit in my head. No joke. You want to attack me? Okay, send me more energy. I want to rise a little bit more. Am I going to attack you back? No, you don't get a refund. You gave me the energy. You can't take back a gift. You gifted me with energy. I'm using it to rise. 8 of Spades. This octopus has many arms, capable of tapping into many things. Starseed, You're capable of tapping into many, many things. You're capable of reaching the hearts of many, many people, not to harm them, not to coerce them, but to remind them they're loved. And most of the time, this is what I found. Most people that act a fool are the very people who need the love the most. I'm not talking about martyring yourself. I'm not talking about enabling people's nasty behavior. I'm talking about having a healthy understanding of what love truly is. Omnilove. Omnilove is multifaceted, okay? Omnilove is every single form of love. If I don't love you, I'm not going to give a damn what you're doing. But if I love you and you're acting a fool, I'm going to love you enough to be like, dude, you're acting really stupid. You're hurting yourself. What's going on in here and in here that's causing you to act this way? Help me to understand so that maybe I can offer possible solutions. And if you're too afraid to do whatever it is that needs to be done, let me know and maybe I can help you. Because that's how my love works. Because my love, I've begun to understand, is omnilove. It's not just cheerleader love. It's not just, yay, good job. No, that's not the totality of love. It's not. Sometimes when you love someone, like truly, truly love someone, you recognize you have to let them fall so that they can remember they're strong enough to get back up. See what I'm saying? You need to allow yourself to be the conduit of love. You have to allow yourself to do this. You have to let your arms reach out and touch all the people that need to be touched, not in a perverted way. I'm saying metaphorically, don't touch people without their permission. So, Jack of Hearts, it's about shelter, protection. You are sheltered. You are protected. Your heart is the key pass to enter a sanctuary where you can rest when you're weary, where your soul can be nourished, nurtured. But in order to access that place, the entry is within your heart. You have to do the work to open your heart. You just have to. You can't exactly be touching people and being the conduit of love if you yourself have closed yourself off. It becomes very difficult. Darn near impossible. I don't know, maybe there's people that exist that can do this. I haven't come across any. I can't even say that I can do this because in order for me to love people, a lot of the times I keep my heart space closed off. In order for me to do this, I have to temporarily open my heart space. So I don't know anyone that can do this, where you keep yourself walled off completely and still be able to do this. I don't know. Maybe there's someone that can prove me wrong. That'll be fine with me. I don't got to be right. Let's get you guys more cards. All right. One more shuffle. This is for the Starseeds. Second half of May. Starseed, sun, moon, rising. No, I'm just kidding. What if that was an actual zodiac? What's your sign, Starseed? Oh, that's awesome. I'm Blu-ray. I'm laughing at my own jokes. Okay. Card number 2, the moon, soul. So oftentimes the moon has shadows. You know what I'm saying? It's all about shadows. What's going on in the shadows? Oh, shit. We don't know. Hold on. Card number 2. All things must come to the soul from its roots where it is planted. Damn, what does your gut say? The moon asks. This card is all about mystery, feeling, and hidden messages. It is a lot of hidden stuff when it comes to the moon. So it corresponds to the tarot card High Priestess. It's about dreams, the soul, the dark night of the soul, which is what we were talking about earlier. The past, wisdom, shelter, deep love, all the things we were just talking about. Okay? When you have to work with individuals who are hydrophobic, when you have to work with souls that are hydrophobic, it becomes scary if you ask them to dive deep into the oceans of love. It becomes very, very scary. And their fear, the fear of the depth from which you can dive into. Sometimes it's easy for us to begin misunderstanding that and assuming it's rejection. And oftentimes what ends up happening for a starseed, because you are so sensitive, that perceived rejection can then turn into a dark night of the soul. You can begin to feel very isolated. You can begin to feel as though you have to keep secrets. You can't let anyone know what you're doing. You can't let anyone know what you're learning about. They can't know you've gone off the esoterica farm. Who cares what they know? Who cares what they know? Okay, it's time for you to begin feeding your soul from the roots, diving deep into that soil of truth from which you are anchored, and letting yourself nourish your soul, remembering the parts of you that you've been so ashamed of. Dark night of the soul often has to do with a recognition on some level of your own self-rejection, rejection of your parts. And that's one of the most painful things to go through, recognizing how much you dislike about yourself. And that dislike, oftentimes I found that it's really rooted in other people's perceptions of how you're not being what they dictate you should be. That's BS. So we get to the next card, number 11, Pluto, transformation. It's time for you to transform yourself, not anyone else. Yes, oh my gosh, Sherelle Lewis, I am worthy. Fuck yes, you are. Every single last one of you are. And you don't need anyone else to tell you this. You don't need permission to acknowledge this. You recognizing your worth does not diminish anyone else. And if people are like, oh, your ego. No, your ego is flaring up because you recognize I know my worth. And now you think I'm going to look at you and be like, oh, you're not good enough to be in my presence. I never said that. I never thought that. That's your issue. Work on yourself. Don't let them. Don't let them try and dim your shine. Here's the thing. When a candle shines and someone tries to dim it, motherfuckers get burnt. And then they get mad at the candle for burning. Oh, please get out of here. Get out of here. We're going to try whispering when we get passionate. I don't know. It might make it more potent. I was just like, did you really just say that, girl? I did. People living deeply have no fear of death. See what I'm saying? So this card corresponds to the Six of Swords. It's about transformation, endings, beginnings, new ways, the end of the old, intensity. This is my card. Stop, girl. Pluto is the smallest planet, but it does some major stuff. Hey, if you're feeling small, think of Pluto. It does major stuff. It's the smallest planet, but is it a dwarf? I do believe they categorized it as a dwarf at this point. Let's see. See what I'm saying? Pluto, the smallest and outermost planet in our solar system, probably carries the most weight. Heavy hitter. Just because you're small, just because you're feeling small does not diminish the fact that you were created to be a heavy hitter. Whether it's heavy hitting by simply being present and feeling the gravity of your presence, even in your silence, whether it's speaking up, speaking out, just shining in the dark. I mean, it doesn't matter. None of it matters. Be exactly what you were meant to be. No more trying. Stop trying. When you say, I'm trying to be, that means you're trying to be something that you're not. You don't have to try to be you. Like, I don't have to try to be this obnoxious. I just am. I don't care. I don't care. But just see, now I threw myself off. It's about transformations, endings, new beginnings. In order to have a new beginning, you have to end something. That's just laws of laws. You have to end something in order to begin something, to have a new beginning. All right, guys. Card number 32, 8th house, endings and beginnings. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. What is this? You're transforming to end something. Now you are in the 8th house, 8 being the number of reunification. 32 adding up to 5. The time right now in Caliphus is 5:08. Change, 5, 0, point of origination, 8 is reunification. If you change your perception and allow it to return back to your point of origination, your authenticity, then you reunify. Number 8, 5:08. You know what I'm saying? 5 and 8, change and reunification. From my rotting body, flowers shall grow, and I am in them, and that is eternity. That's deep. From my rotting body, flowers shall grow, and I am in them, and that is eternity. That's deep. This is where it all goes dark and becomes mysterious. Well, hot damn. Tell me more. In astrology, the 8th house represents the long, dark night before light comes, where a new dawn is on its way, but you need to grapple with the darkness and the unknown a while longer. Traditionally, the 8th house is about sex, death, psychic powers, control, and material things, such as money and inheritance, that which belongs to other people. You are inheriting your birthright. Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. When the 8th house card turns up in a spread, the meaning is clear. You are in a period of great transformation. Your mattering question may seem like a life or death issue. This is not a time of superficialities. Dive deep. Dive real deep. You know, if you go in the ocean, the surface is all crazy and like the waves, and you're like, you know, but if you go deep, there is a stillness there. Have you ever laid with a weighted blanket? There is something, this is tied to it. I'm being serious. If you've ever laid with a weighted blanket, you'll understand what I mean. Or if you allow someone to like lay on you with half their body weight, there's something about being confined. It silences the alarm bells that are going off in your mind. A large percentage of the starseeds were born highly intuitive and barely connected to this life. They've been struggling to hold on to this human existence, this human experience. And because of that very delicate connection that keeps us in this life, we develop conditions such as sensory integration disorder, where alarm bells for every little thing. You have so much chaotic energy within you that it's very difficult to function. And just like with ASD, like autism spectrum disorder, where, you know, autistic people with Asperger's, things like that, if you keep them kind of confined a little bit, or you know, not confined, it's comforting is what I'm trying to say. It's comforting. It's just like when you swaddle a baby, they calm down because it reminds us it's like being hugged in your mother's womb. That's what diving deep into the depths of your truth does. It's like a hug within your mother's womb. You're compressed and you're like quiet and you're still. And you're able to finally hear the unspoken whispers of soul. And so that's what you're needing to do right now. Dive into that 8th house depth. It's time to end your perception of who you are and begin a period of your life where you truly embrace who you actually are. Not who you perceive yourself to be, but who you actually are. There's a huge difference. There's a huge difference. I'm not saying that. Michael's talking to me. I'm not saying that. No. Mm-mm. I don't think so. It's not a challenge, bro. I'm just not saying that. Okay, so Michael said to say, I perceive myself to be a stay-at-home mom because I am a stay-at-home mom. And I perceive myself to be just a stay-at-home mom, but the truth of what and who I really am is not just a stay-at-home mom. So I don't know what you're supposed to do with that information, but I said it, so there is no repercussions. I'm just, I'm trying to do a reading. You can't be talking to me in the middle of a reading. People are not familiar with you talking to me in the middle of a reading, and you're just talking to me and talking and talking. That's how mofos get ignored, right? Okay, card number 38, the courage of your love. Ooh, look at that. Wow. It's funny, you're looking at these cards because they're so abstract at times. You begin to see details that you don't normally see. This is freaking insane. I never saw this before. You can see, these look like pillars, right? They look like 4 pillars. And with each pillar is the face of an elder dragon. I don't know what the fuck's about to happen. That kind of scares me because elder dragons are not, they don't just come out for no reason. Starseeds, some big shit's about to go down. The courage of your love. Love is without reason. Rationality is like a cane. Judgment needs a cane because it's blind. When love arrives, thought dies in its shadow. Love is the sunrise, while thought is only a flashing light. I do not bleat at you like a sheep, for to startle you from your slumber, I need to roar like a lion. You must awake, my beloved. There is no time to waste, for the wolves are circling, hungry for sacred flesh. So I shall roar mightily, and although at first you recoil in fear, soon enough you will see the wolves. You become aware and grateful to have been thus awoken. Yes, you remember that you have a precious human life to protect. You fear me no more. You thank me. You jump on my back as if you were a warrior astride a wild mount. You roar then, along with me, awakening the others as we cause the ground to rumble, disturbing those even in their deepest slumber. You, like me, are a fierce lion, not a lamb to be led to so many slaughters, the variety and opportunity for which is available in terrible abundance in our world. The path of freeing the heart from the effects of a fearful mind is the path of freeing the heart from the effects of a fearful mind is an initiation into great power. So many lapses will happen before the heart grows strong enough to overpower old patterns and surrender without condition or shame. When it is ready to surrender in such a way, the heart is free and allowed to simply be. Even the mind then, finally freed from shackles and joyfully submitting to love, declares, let love be in whatever way it shall be. I can bear it. I shall take refuge in it. I shall not turn away from it. I am that love. Didn't I tell you? There is a sanctuary where you can go to provide you respite from the pain of this human existence, and it's within your heart. The entrance is through your heart. I shall take refuge in it. I'm telling you guys, you are an ancient one with a heart older than the mountains. You're being asked to free yourself from the too small loves of the youthful heart and come to understand and accept the wisdom of your mature heart. Your mature heart is not cursed with hardness or detachment, but with compassion and tenacious devotion to the cause that is most real and matters most, the quest for life of the human soul. This oracle comes with particular guidance for you. You are not to give in to less than you are worth, or to the shaming stories of others of our culture that would cast your regal lion nature into the falsehood of beliefs that you have no choice or power. That's some deep shit. You are not to give in to the idea that you are victim and cannot free yourself from your suffering, or that you are less than any other. These are lies. These are petty deceptions so unworthy of you. Do not believe them. Roar at them until the weak glue holding them together melts under the fire of your holy breath, and they lie dismembered and powerless at your feet. Then intend that those bits and pieces in decay are lovingly returned to the earth mother, through whom they can be used to fertilize new life. Y'all, that's some deep-ish. Ooh, wow. It's time. It's time. Allow yourself to finish the final night before the dawn of your awakening. It's time. The end of May, you're going to be shook. I'm not talking about Instagram and YouTube shook. I'm talking about you can grab you by both your shoulders, brain shake kind of shook. It's going to be some shit. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be scary. Your whole world is going to flip upside down. And then it's going to be beautiful. After every storm comes the clear skies. So the storm terraforms the landscape. It clears away that which is unnecessary. It washes away the dirt. It makes everything beautiful again. We are that storm. Starseeds, we are the storm that's brewing on the horizon. We're not going out in a whisper. We're going to storm. And we're going to clear everything out. And we're going to do this under the cover of night. And as we finish, our truth will shine like the sun. It's time. We got this. We really, really do. And this is not something that we're doing as human beings. This has been a divine decree willed into being. And we are nothing more than the servants that come and set the stage for the return of humanity to its greatness. That's what we're doing. That's all we're doing. So get ready. Party's about to start. End of May. Ooh, let's do this. I'm going to do energetic work. Okay. We're going to do another activation. Let me cue the work. Hold on. Would you stop iTunes? Okay. I hope this song is good. Okay, it's called, hold on. It's called Somewhere in Space. Let's just turn it up just a little bit. Okay. Hope it's good. Cross fingers. Somewhere in Space. Ooh, it's a good one. If you've never done energetic work with me, please know my energy will always honor your sovereignty. It will not enter your space without permission from your highest self. You're at no risk by simply watching. Breathe very deep and very slow. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Continue breathing in cycles of truth and release. I want you to close your eyes. See yourself sitting in a dimly lit space. Notice this space has no walls, yet you feel safe. You feel protected. Notice your chest. Notice a very dim glow within your chest. Inhale light. Exhale and expand that light in your chest. Inhale light. Exhale and expand that light in your chest. Inhale light. Exhale and push that light up to your throat. Continue breathing. This energy is very healing. It comes from the 12th dimension and contains the original template of health. It has the capability of overriding distortions in your code. Allow it to flow through your throat, clearing away the blockages, repairing any injuries. Those of you with significant blockage may begin to feel tickling and a need to cough. Allow it. Allow yourself to clear. Allow yourself to breathe. Those of you sensitive to energy may begin to feel emotions rising from the deep of your belly. Allow it. This is your truth rising from the deep. Welcome it back home into your heart space. Inhale light. Exhale and very gently and lovingly raise your truth up to your throat. Inhale light. Exhale and very lovingly raise your truth up to your head. Those sensitive to energy may begin to feel fullness in their forehead and tingling. With permission from your higher selves, I am priming your third eye for an activation. We're raising this energy to your crown and allowing it to shower through, down your body, every part of you. The entirety of who you are is being bathed with your truth. Allow yourself to be fully present. Ask the questions later. Just feel. Feel yourself waking up. Feel the parts of you that need your attention coming back to life. Feel the truth of love returning back to you, rejuvenating, replenishing, causing you to rise. Feel yourself lifting up. You are being raised by the hand of divine, being raised back to your rightful place. We as starseeds have come into this life from an elevated position, not because we are better, not because we are superior, but because this positioning assists us in helping others to rise. Together, we will pull everyone up with us. Together, we rise. Allow yourself to reintegrate with your body. As you return back to your vessel, notice the difference in how it feels. Notice how your perception has ripened. We are graduating from a stage of faith into a place of knowing. Know your greatness. Know who you are. I want you to say this to yourself or out loud. I know who I am. I am love. I come from love. I am made of love. And to love we shall return. Continue breathing very deep and slow. I am charging myself with Omna love so that I may share with you For those who have forgotten the truth of what love is, I ask you to please allow yourself to receive this moment of remembering what you are, what you come from, what you are made of, and what we are returning to. Breathe deep and slow. Allow yourself to reintegrate fully. Take your time. There is no rush. Allow yourself to be fully present in this experience. I love you guys. So I hope you guys were able to feel love, actual love. The energy is recorded in this live. You can watch the replay as often as you want, and it will still have the same effect on your coding. I love you guys so much. You have no idea. I love you guys so much. So if this reading resonated with you, please give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do turn on that notification bell and join me every time I come live. And if you're not aware, I do offer private sessions for readings as well as energy work. You can find that on my website, emmyevolving.com. I love you guys. You have me so euphoric. It's just ridiculous. I can't stop smiling. And I will say this before I go. I feel so honored to be able to share this space with you. I truly do. I truly do. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to share this space with me. You don't have to be present on my journey. And you honor me when you are. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful. For however long you choose to join me on my journey, I'm grateful. And when the time comes for you to go your own way, I am still grateful. From the deepest depths of my heart's oceans, I love you guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful night or day, whatever time it is when you're watching this. Bye.